After dinner, Arya sat on her bed thinking about how much she missed her beautiful kinky hair. She walked into the bathroom and looked at herself in the mirror. Tears spilled out of her eyes and a lump grew in her throat. As she looked closer, she realized something. She had the same eyes, the same nose, and the same smile. And she still had the same beautiful personality. Arya was still the same beautiful person, straight hair or not. She finally saw that her hair never defined her in the first place. If she had to have straight hair until her next birthday, or even for the rest of her life, she would accept that. For the first time in her 10-year-old life, she was accepting her real self, deep down in her heart, not her hair. Laura saw her old straight hair in a new light too. As she sat on her bed in her home, her heart was heavy because she never had the chance to accept the good with the imperfections either, or to appreciate her hair's unique beauty. She saw that she continued to be beautiful and that her new big hair matched her big personality perfectly. If she had to adapt to the changes in her hair, so be it. So she was okay with Laura. It was okay with Laura as well, and she felt that it was better to let go of it instead of needlessly dwelling on it. A heavy weight had been lifted off of both girls' shoulders. They finally accepted themselves as they were, and that night they slept peacefully. Being comfortable on the inside made for a great night's sleep indeed. Chapter 11. In the morning, Arya woke up to a big wad of hair in her mouth. She brushed it back, and when she did, she felt thicker strands than when she fell asleep. She walked into the bathroom and stared into the mirror, wonderstruck. Her big, poofy hair was looking right back at her. She smiled a big, wide smile, then casually went about her day, not giving a care whether her hair was too big or too frizzy. Whatever it was hers. While Laura dreamed, she imagined fixing her hair, but in the morning, when it came time to get ready, she saw that it was flat again. She had never been happier to see flat hair in all her life because it didn't bother her anymore. Either way, she brushed through it and appreciated her natural hair with every stroke. She could now focus on friends and schoolwork rather than being obsessed all the time with how she looked. Accepting themselves as God made them was the secret, and what awesome lives they lived from then on.
Okay, so you're going to read this. Focus on the friends and schoolwork rather than being obsessed all the time with how she looked. Take a moment and look at the audience. Smile. And then go back. Accepting themselves. Take a big pause there, and in the pause, look up at the audience and smile. As if you learned it. You got it. Okay, we're going to write that in, but would you do it for me? So take it from... Don't be afraid. You don't have to rush. Take your time. Take it from this sentence here. And right there, you're going to stop and look at the audience. Smile, and then read that last paragraph.
She brushed through it and appreciated her natural hair with every stroke. She could now focus on friends and schoolwork rather than being obsessed all the time with how she looked. Accepting themselves as God made them was the secret, and what awesome lives they lived from then on. For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together. For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb.
Wait, see how powerful that is? She's
For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. Psalms 139:13 through 14. The end.
That's great. That's great. And I loved how you read the Bible verse. There was light coming out of you.
Oh, really?
You were smiling. You were looking up. Very powerful. That's the message of your book that we all need to realize, and get over it.
Yeah.
God made us. He formed us just the way we are. It's a great message. Thank you for writing the book. So
Thank you for publishing it.
you are welcome. So after you go to bed, people will applaud, and then I'll step up and say, please, if you need to get a glass of water and use the restroom, we'll just take about 5 minutes, and we'll start with the next book. And then you can go up with Meet the Author image during the intermission. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, awesome. That's great. So, is another writer here yet? I thought I saw Amy. Is Amy here, Carly? I have not seen her. No, Gail's on her way. She's just running a few minutes late. Okay. Jasmine, let me show you something. It's not going to be as good. Let me show you. Here, step up for a second. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to be very calm and breathe. You've got the book. You're going to sit. You're going to pull down your skirt, cross at your feet at the ankles, and move this in. And you're going to try to sit up straight. The tendency is going to be to go like this. It's going to take some muscles, but you're going to try to sit up straight here. Because go stand there and look at the difference. I just want you to see it so you can understand. See, if you get like this, see the difference? That's not what you were doing. I just want to point it out to you. That's the tendency to want to slip back. You want to sit on those